Rajan. What's on your mind? I can tell something is occupying your consciousness. Care to share?
Well, since we are in the laboratory studying light and particle physics, it got me thinking about your name.
What about it?
Well, your last name is Jyoti, which means a candle, a light, or bringer of darkness into light. Similar, if not the same as what Guru means.
Go on.
Well, when I studied particle physics I learned, a photon is a particle of light.
Yes?
And when I studied linguistics, I learned the word photon comes from the root photo.
And?
Phot and jot seem awfully similar.
Yes, Rajan. That's because they're the same thing. Actually, Rajan, the most ancient root of photo is the Sanskrit word bar, spelled B-H-A. When Romanized, bar means to shine. This was then transcribed into Greek as photo. The on part is a suffix, denoting an iron particle.
As in the name Bharati, and the ancient true name for the Indian subcontinent, Bharat.
Exactly.
Wow, I didn't know that, Bhai. What else can you tell me about the relationship between Jyot and Phot?
When we say, so-and-so has Jyoti, that's because they have left this world for Mukti, known also as liberation, Nirvana. Nirvana, for those who didn't catch that. They have merged into Guruji. They have merged into the universe. They have attained the darshan of Guruji, and have been blessed with the ambrosial nectar of immortality. Upon hearing of this in ancient texts, Christians, and others throughout history, searched high and low, in the Middle East, Asia, and other places for this. What they called the Holy Grail. But one who would kill another for their own immortality is full of egotistical pride, greed, and wrath. They cannot attain it this way. It is impossible for those with these qualities. Those who lack humility, generosity, and compassion can never come close to immortality. Which is to say, they can never be close to Waheguru. Or as they, and we, may call them, Ram, Allah, God, or by other names.
So then, Guru knew of this vernacular?
Naturally.
So they knew it first?
This knowledge has been around forever. It's a matter of perspective, Rajan. It's a matter of looking inward, instead of outward, my friend. There are tribes in Africa which know more about the cosmos than researchers at the Large Hadron Collider. There are Sufis in the East who know the entire cosmos, inside, around, and about. And there are Gorsiks and Yogis in Bharat who gained this knowledge directly from Waheguru. All the knowledge is already available. You don't need the internet to access it. And you certainly don't need to potentially create black holes without knowing the consequences. Just because you can create something doesn't necessarily mean you should. As a metaphor, imagine a criminal who uses a gun to rob an innocent grocery store owner. They think they know what will happen, but actually they have no control over the outcome. Maybe they get shot with a bullet and die dishonorably. Maybe they end up shooting someone else and killing them. Maybe they end up in jail for the rest of their lives. They are not just playing with their lives. They are playing with everyone on earth in both circumstances. But ultimately they are mostly playing with their own. Because if they cause harm to others, regardless of their best intentions, since they have not contemplated the negative repercussions of their actions, or have, and decided to proceed anyways, knowing the potential harm it may inflict, they will be judged. Thus, they will return in reincarnation for many, many life cycles, before they are given an opportunity to do good again. And how can we blame them anyhow? They are looking for answers to life's major questions, just as many of us are, albeit going about it in a drastically different way. It is like when the drilling rig takes a core sample of the earth. Sure, you will discover many things about the rock and history. But how much of the ecosystem and paleontology are you destroying? You have no way of actually knowing if you have to drill to find out. A less destructive technique with modern technology could yield the same results. We are not here to judge them. That is up to Waheguru Maharaj. May he show them mercy.
Haji Virji.
As Jesus Christ apparently said on the cross, forgive them, Lord. For they know not what they do.
Yes. I've read about them, of course.
They were here, on this earth, 1469 years before Guru Nanak was born.
Yes. I am aware. They died that year. This is where we get the Western calendar from. the Gregorian calendar. Since it is the year 2024 now, Jesus Christ died on the cross 2024 years ago. And A.D. is an abbreviation for after death, referring to this.
Did he? Or, if he died on the cross, as is the majority belief in the West, might have obtained his Jyoti Jot at this time?
That is to say, was exalted by God into heaven?
Yes, Rajan. He too was a spiritual master.
He too was here to spread the message from Vaheguru? From God.
Yes.
I see. I love Jesus' teachings too. Of course. But it is hard for me to know what he actually said sometimes, because there are many versions of the many different stories told by many different people, and many different versions of the Bible as well.
Right. So we get our knowledge in Sikhi directly from the accounts of Guruji, written by them personally, in their lifetime as human avatars, and through Guru Granth Sahib Ji, the word lives on this earth forever, as it does everywhere in the universe. Guru is the word, and the word is Guru. Guruji is waiting for us to become like them so we can be with them.
What? Okay. This is a wonderful talk, however, I think we got sidetracked. What were we talking about before, brother?
CERN? And particle accelerators all over the globe run by various countries?
That's it. Please continue, sir. What potential negative consequences could we expect?
Well, Rajin, we simply don't know, do we? You tell me. How can one know what one does not know?
Through the scientific method?
That is just one way. But yes. So then, what does the scientific method tell us about particle accelerators?
That there is a potential for creating miniature or tiny black holes from this endeavor actually.
Exactly. And do we know what consequences this will have?
Well, they say none. But that is also what they said about the pandemic. And don't get me started on the treatments. I am not a conspiracy theorist.
Right. So?
So we don't really know at all actually.
You, sir, are correct.
Hey, have you ever heard of the Mandela effect?
So you actually are a conspiracy theorist?
No. Just curious. Are you going to tell me or what?
Sure, I've heard about it. Experienced it even. It could be collective mismemory perhaps. Or it could be something else. I don't know for certain. But I have my speculations. But we just don't know enough about it.
Nor do we know the long-term or even short-term effects of particle accelerators smashing protons together.
Exactly.
Well, whatever happens, we will be held to account for what we do in this world of Maya.
Right again, brother.
Okay, but, Bhaiji, I have another question.
Ask away.
Well, I've been doing some reading lately. Have you ever heard of this philosophy? It states that 85% of people are followers, 10% of people are leaders, and the remaining 5% of humans are observers? I don't really understand the message being delivered in this. How do we know which category we belong to?
It is akin to those who are awake in this world and those who are asleep. This philosophy you read about does not suggest this can't change, does it?
No. I don't think so.
Right. So then, you can choose to be whoever you want to be. You make the decisions for yourself with Guruji's Kripa. Society has no true power to decide these rules, only Guruji does, and they are compassionate to you. They decide the outcome of such endeavors. You need not worry about it. All is in their immaculately capable hands. It is up to you, if you want, to follow, lead, or observe, is the message I hear. It is up to you, in this philosophy, to decide whether you want to follow, lead, or observe. When you are complacent with a system, which provides for you, despite its corruption, greed, and violence in all its forms, or, you're happy with a system of justice which provides for you and hopefully all people, you will choose to be a follower. There is nothing wrong with this, if it is the latter situation. When you want to make a change for good, you will choose to be a leader. There is nothing wrong with this. One may also choose to be a leader for nefarious purposes, such as greedily accumulating as much monetary wealth as possible, taking away from those who need clean water, food, shelter, and other sustenances for human life, which is the right of all beings on this planet. And when you think about it, as all just to playing itself out, the way it's intended, according to Guruji's hukam. Yes, of course this brings up an argument regarding free will versus fate. But they are not opposites, and can be occurring at the same time, which may seem counterintuitive to many. When one reaches this inflection point or state of mind, they break free from the invisible chains of their slave circumstances. They break free mentally, which inevitably leads to a journey of seeking and self-discovery. They will choose another path in the physical, Maya world. Maybe they emigrate to another country, maybe they change careers, or any number of changes which are directly decided by a guru and them together. When they, or you, reach this inflection point, when life is so unbearable in the present circumstances of your mind, and the illusion and delusion which is this world, inevitably, a change is gonna come, as a man named Sam Cooke once famously said. They sung this in a song, because of their faith in the Almighty. The change we in seeking want is essentially the same. The change we aspire to is total and complete surrendering to the will, the hukam of our Guru. He will resolve our affairs as we work to resolve them. Love is the answer, Arjun. Love for oneself. Love for others. Seeing Guruji in all people and things. Rejecting hate, rejecting our ego. Peace. Love. Respect. But do you know what the caveat is?
What? You have to give it to get it.
Give the man a prize.
Good one, Virji.
No need to be so grumpy all the time, is there?
Not at all.
Now that you have faith, Guruji will never let go of your hand.
What?